Hello people, welcome back to my channel Study with Nandu, and this is the fourth lecture on the subject of human resource management. In this video, we will be discussing about evolution of human resource management. Okay, so what is evolution? What is this evolution? The development of something, right? So let us understand if there is an X product. Okay, so why this X product has came into existence? Okay, so if it is came into existence, how it is being developed? Okay, how it is being developed? Let us understand this. So why that particular X product is being established and how it is being developed. It is like something, if we talk about evolution of HRM, why HRM is being established and how it is being increased or developed gradually. Let us understand this. Next. Evolution of HRM. Human resource management has emerged a wide field in today's scenario. Yes, whether if the company is small or MNC or any startup, we can see there is an HR department in every organization. Yes, there is an HR department in every organization. So it began in India in 1800 BC. When it has begun in 1800 BC, the various stages to development of management of human resource practices may be classified as follows. There are 8 stages to the development of human resource practices. Yes, let us see. First one is Industrial Revolution era, Trade Union era, Social Responsibility era, Scientific Management era, Human Relation era, Behavioral Science era, System Approach era, and Contingency Approach era. Let us discuss this one by one. First one, the systematic development of HRM started with Industrial Revolution. So when it has been started with Industrial Revolution, and it started during 1850s in Western Europe and USA. So the first development of HRM has started with Industrial Revolution, which was started in 1850s in Western Europe and USA. During this phase, mechanization and technological advancement took place in a rapid speed. What happened in this phase is the mechanics and technological development took place in this phase with a rapid speed. Okay, so the treatment which was given to the workers was similar to the glorified machine tools. So for example, if we want to run the machines, who we need? Definitely workers, right? So there is a huge workforce to complete the target of the production, but the workers are treated like glorified machine tools. What is glorified machine tools? They are treated in such a way that their purpose is only to complete the target or nothing else. Okay, so same like machines, as machine works continuously without a question, they need to work like that. So the workers in the organization should also work continuously. Their emotions, feelings were not being considered here. They are not being treated as human being also. Okay, and they are not supposed to get any benefit like compensation benefit, incentives, insurance, etc. Any benefits, they are not supposed to get it. Government was not at all active to work for the welfare of the workers. So even the government has not come up to work for the welfare of the workers. This is Industrial Revolution era. Next is trade union movement era. Trade union is a group or an organization of workers formed to achieve common goals. Yes. So when workers are treated like a machine tools, like when workers are treated like machines and they work continuously for 12 hours, they are not getting any benefits from the organization. So at that moment, trade union movement era came into existence. So what is trade union? Trade union is a group of workers to achieve the common goal. Okay, to achieve the common goal. So a union will be formed with 5 to 6 members, or any 5, 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 based on the availability. Okay, so Trade Union Act 1926 was passed in India. When this act was formed in India in 1926, the basic objective of this association were to safeguard the interest of their members and to sort out their problems which arose primarily because of the employment of child labor, long working hours and poor working conditions. Yes. What's the main goal of this union is to protect the workers from the glorified machine tools, okay, and also to sort out their problems such as employment of child labor, long working hours and poor working conditions, like if there are any inadequate lighting, lack of hygiene, inconvenient work environment, etc. Fine. Next, The unions use strikes, lockouts, etc. as weapons for the acceptance of the problem. So these union members has used strikes, lockouts as weapons for the acceptance of the problem. Until and unless the manager of the organization will not accept the demands of these union members, they used to continue the strikes and lockouts. So the activities of the trade union gave rise to the personal practices such as collective bargaining, grievance management, arbitration, employee benefit program, installation of rational wage structure. Yes. So what is collective bargaining? So employees are given right to discuss the increment of the salary with a mutual consent, with a mutual decision. Okay. So all the members of union will discuss together and they'll come up to one decision of increment. That is collective bargaining. What is grievance management? If there is any complaint or any unfair treatment by the workers of the organization, they need to manage it and they need to handle it. Right? Arbitration. What is arbitration? If the conflicts occur between any two employees, okay, so if there is any two employees, if any conflict means any misunderstanding or any fighting between any of these two employees, there should be an arbitration body to sort out that issue. Fine. Next, employee benefit programs. Till now, workers are treated like a machines, right? Now they are asking for the benefit programs rather than salary. Means apart from salary, such as bonus, insurance, travel, etc., so that they feel satisfied with the organization, right? Next is installation of rational wage structure. A proper wage structure should be given to the employees, right? A proper wage structure should be given. Next is social responsibility era. In the first decade of 20th century, some factory owners started adopting a more humanistic and paternalistic approach towards workers. Yes. So in 20th century, many organizations or we can say factories had adopted this humanistic and paternalistic approach. Okay. Till now workers are treated like machines, right? Now they have been started treated as humanistic. Now what is paternalistic approach here? What is paternalistic approach? Paternalistic approach to labor management is based on the philosophy that labor is just like a child and owner is just like a father. Here there is a philosophy that labor is just like a child and owner is just like a father. Yes. So what father will do for his child? He will take care of his son. Yes. In the same way, owners also need to take care of their workers. So the factories who adopted this approach offer the facilities to laborers. Okay. So they have adopted this approach and they have offered number of facilities. So let us understand what are those facilities being offered by them. Provision of for reduced working hours, housing facilities, education of workers and their children, improved facilities at workplace, etc. Its provision for reduced working hours means rather than working for 12 hours a day, it is being reduced to 8 hours a day. Okay, housing facilities means if the workers are coming to work from a long distance, okay, so a proper housing facilities should be given to them. Next is education of workers and their children. Education should be provided to workers' children. Okay, so improved facilities at workplace like proper electricity, hygiene, etc. These are the facilities offered by them. Next is scientific management era. The scientific management era was introduced by F.W. Taylor in USA early in 20th century. The scientific management era was introduced by F.W. Taylor, where in USA in 20th century. Scientific management is a methodological analysis which involves breaking of tasks into many smaller parts and place the best suited workers for particular task. So what scientific management is? A task should be divided into smaller parts. Okay, so if there is a task, it should be divided into smaller parts. Okay, it should be divided into smaller part and assign a worker who is best suited for the particular work. Okay, so if for suppose there is like this is the organization. Okay, let us say there is a department, human resource department, or software development department, finance department. In the very first video we have discussed, right? If there is an vacancy in the organization for software, if the recruiter of the company is bringing finance person to a particular software position, will he able to fulfill it? No, right? The same way applicable here. The small parts should be divided, work should be divided into smaller part, and assign a worker who is best suited for that particular work. Okay, so it's been divided into number of tasks. A proper person should be allocated for that particular part. Okay, now if the worker is capable enough to complete the task, his physical, his mental ability should also be considered while assigning a task. Okay, same in the third point we can see his mental ability and physical ability must be matched with the tasks which are to be performed in the job. So the main principles of scientific management here are replacing rule of thumb with science. Next, harmony, not conflict. A good cooperation and relationship between management and workers. So in scientific management, Taylor has given some principles. Yes, first one is replacing rule of thumb with science. Bring a person to factory as a worker and ask him to start doing a work. It's not like that. Okay, so chalo, go out and bring a worker, bring a laborer, ask him to do the work. It's not like that. First, we need to talk to that person, okay, and check whether he is capable enough for that work. Select the person scientifically. Okay, understand him, his mental ability, his physical ability, which part of the work is being suited to him. Understand him, interview him, ask many questions. You understand the behavior of that person. Okay, you need to select in that particular scientific manner. Next is harmony and not conflict. Keep the peaceful environment and avoid conflict mostly. A good cooperation and relationship between management and worker. There should be a proper and healthy relationship between workers. Okay, so there should be a proper healthy relationship between the workers. Next is human relations era. So during 1930s and 1940s, Elton Mayo conducted a Hawthorne experiment. Okay, so in 1930s and 1940s, Elton Mayo has conducted Hawthorne experiment. So what this experiment has stated? This experiment stated that job design and reward system are not only factors which affect the productivity of employees, right? So job design, yes, and reward system, these are not only two factors. There are some many other factors such as societal and psychological factors which can influence employees productivity. Yes, this is correct. What is this experiment has stated? Yes, job design. First let us understand what is job design. What is job design? The way of allocation of job, right? The way of allocation of job design. So you people know what is reward system. Yes, so extra benefit if your performance is good enough. It's not only these two factors which affects the productivity, but also societal and psychological factors will also influence the employer's productivity. So according to the experiment, the main findings were physical environment should be good enough, providing assistance to workers, counseling programs. Okay, so these programs help the workers to share their work related problems as well as personal problems with the counseling programmers. So according to this experiment, the main findings were physical environment should be good. I already told you that it's proper electricity, good working condition, hygiene place, etc. Yes, providing assistance to worker. A proper assistance, or we can say a guidance, a proper guidance should be given to worker. Counseling programs. These programs help the worker to share work-related problems and personal problems also. For whom? For counseling programmers, and they'll get help from them to sort out that problem. This is next is behavioral science around. Yes, In contrast, in contrast of human relations, which assume that happy workers are productive workers. Yes, if the workers are of the organizations are happy and satisfied, then they focus more and they keep more interest on work. Yes, so if they do that, obviously the productivity of the organization will be increased. Yes, so some of the elements, important elements are individual behavior is linked with group behavior. Obviously, yes, right? So how group is formed? How group is formed? Through individuals. Yes. So if there are 5 members in a group, each of them will have different behaviors. Yes, not same. So those 5 members' behavior together represents the group behavior. Next, individual behavior is linked with group behavior. Unofficial leadership can also be done sometimes. Obviously, every time a formal leadership is not necessary. That means to be strict, following rules, following regulations. It is not necessary. Sometimes unofficial leadership should also be done. Okay, you need to understand the worker behavior and behave accordingly. Yes, you need to motivate them also. Self motivation, self control, and self development is being developed by the employment. Okay, so every time manager or team leader or any one person is not necessary to motivate employees. Okay, so employees should be treated in such a way that they need to develop self motivation, self control by themselves. Next is system approach era. Emphasis on interdependence and interaction among subsystems. The basic idea of this approach is that analysis of any object must rely on a method of analysis involving simultaneous variations of mutual dependent variable. Okay, so let us understand this by an example. Fine, there is a system. For suppose, let us take this is a system. Okay, so and in there is a subsystem inside this, right? For suppose this is system and these are the subsystems. Okay, say 1, 2, 3. Please ignore my writing here. 4, 5. Okay, these are the subsystem. So in every subsystem, okay, there is an input and there is an output. There is an input, there is an output. Yes, obviously. That means one's output will be the input of second subsystem and second output will be the input of third subsystem and so on. Yes, so this first output will be input for second subsystem and second output will be input for third subsystem and third output will be input for fourth subsystem. Yes, fourth output will be input for fifth subsystem, right? So this is like uh, subsystems. These are the subsystems. Okay, so in every organization we have department. For suppose say there is an organization, we have different department in this. Yes, say suppose HR department, software department, financial department. Okay, and say some law department. Okay, whatever it is according to the organization. So every department in the organization, yes, technical department, whatever it is, every department is contributing some output by their own perspective. Yes, so this will uh, contribute some output. What HR department will contribute? A good employees. Okay, the main goal is to contribute good employees, which increases the productivity of the organization. Yes, so every department is contributing some output by their own perspective, which directly relate to the organization. Yes, obviously. This is system approach era. Hope you guys understand by this example. Okay, so every department is depending on other department. Yes, indirectly it is depending on other department. This is system approach era. Next is contingency approach era. It is a unique approach. There is no particular and fixed way of managing all the situations. Yes, according to contingency, the best way to manage varies with situation. Oh, yes, it is crucial for manager to analyze and manage behavior according to the situation need. Hope you understand by reading itself. Yes, very simple sentence I have mentioned here. It is very you understand by reading itself. Yes, it's like unique approach. See how a person will behave according to his mood, right? So if a person mood is good, then he behave well with us, right? And if not, he will be rude, right? So what contingency approach says is you behave according to yourself. Okay, there is no particular or fixed way to manage the things. Okay, the manager needs to be pro enough here to manage behavior according to the situation. If there is a good situation, you need to behave good, or by smiling you need to interact with the employees. Okay, according to the situations you need to change your behavior. This is about contingency approach era. So let's wind up this video and continue in the next part. Till then, take care, bye bye, and then thank you for watching this video. Hope you understand this evolution of HRM and 8 stages in them. Okay, so for more such related topic of human resource management, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.